Historically, Syracuse lacrosse has been wide open offense, a lot of fireworks. And there was no disappointment in that department when Syracuse scored 15 times against North Carolina. But it was the Orange's relentless pursuit of ground balls, the swarming defense, and the play of rookie goalie Chris Saran that was most impressive in the opening game victory. Super Sports, a production of Adelphia Cable Communications, presents Syracuse University Lacrosse. Today, it's the 19th ranked Yale Bulldogs meeting the number 2 Syracuse Orangemen. And on a very snowy late March day outdoors in Syracuse, it's quite comfortable under the Teflon Dome and the Carrier Dome. Hello again, everybody. I'm Dave Cohen. Last week for the Syracuse-North Carolina battle, number 1 against number 2, there was an electric atmosphere in the Carrier Dome because Syracuse was looking to avenge their loss at the hands of the Tar Heels in the Dome last May in the NCAA semifinals. Tonight, a different story as Syracuse goes up against an opponent, Dale, that they haven't played in, about 30 years.
Since 1963, that's right. Yale's had a couple of wins. They've got a lot to prove, I think, to themselves, and Syracuse does too. A lot of people think that they're looking for consistency. They've only played one game, so let's look for that young defense to be consistent and make sure that everybody else is consistent also. So they got a lot to prove.
Well, it was just a couple of years ago that Yale was in the Final Four of college lacrosse. This year they have a record of 2-0, but last week against St. John's they found themselves down 7-1, had to rally, scoring the next 10 goals, and eventually won at 12-10. If they fall behind 7-1 today, it's lights out.
Yeah, Mike Waldvogel, their coach, said they really don't match up that well. He's not afraid of Syracuse, but he said if we do what we did against St. John's, we could be in big trouble.
The leading scorer so far for Yale University after a couple of games, number 2, Brendan Sheehan.
He's got 10 points. He's the guy that Mike Waldvogel said has been doing the scoring, getting the assists, getting the goals. So let's look for Sheehan to try to continue tonight.
One thing that'll be different about this game is the goalie for Yale will be a left-handed goalie, Dressler.
Rich Dressler is, not only is he left-handed, he's short. He's only 5'8". You know, I'm sure they know that. I'm sure Syracuse has been working on it in practice. But the idea is you're usually used to going against a right-handed goalie. So if you want to go offside, it's going to be the onside. So they got to change things around a little bit. But they're good shooters. Syracuse, I think, is going to try to take advantage of the fact that he is going to face some really tough shooters.
All right, we talked about the Syracuse defense, how it swarmed all over North Carolina and reduced a team that has tremendous legs and outplayed them in that department. And returning for Syracuse on defense, a man who was injured in that North Carolina game last year, John WINSHIP.
Checked the knee brace, but he doesn't play like he's got one on. He did a great job, a big kid and very, very aggressive. I really helped anchor the defense. And this guy who was a converted attack man, actually defenseman, went to attack last year, 233 pounds back on defense, and you see what he can do. They take the ball away, they knock people down. It's a good, tough defense, and I'm sure Chris Saran appreciates that.
We're going to have to keep an unofficial statistic this year for the defensemen on the takeaways because we saw Tully come over the top a la Pat McCabe many times.
They're going to do that a lot, and of course Beardsley, the other defenseman, is known for that, so it's a takeaway, it's an aggressive defense, and they're going to be aggressive tonight. That's going to be interesting to watch.
And last week in the face-off department, Bob Fazy was very successful. That's also a big part of Syracuse's success.
He really did. He starts things off, he gives you the fast break. He's winning about 65% of his face-offs. It's early, but he's good, and everybody in the country knows it.
One thing Syracuse must guard against, complacency in this game, because obviously not nearly as much at stake in playing Yale compared to North Carolina.
You're right, and the atmosphere isn't there tonight, but I'll tell you what, I really think they are going to strive for consistency. I don't think they'll be flat, but I've been wrong before.
One way to guard against it, use a lot of players. We'll see what Roy Simmons does when we return with the opening face-off, Yale and Syracuse, right after this.
This is the crew of America Cubed, 16 brave sailors who sweated and trained for the America's Cup and got here because they earned it. And one who got here because he drinks the right beer. You could be here, riding on America Cubed during an actual cup race in San Diego. It's a great time on a fast boat from Coors Light, the beer that won't weigh you down. To win the ride of your life, look for details at this sweepstakes display. America Cubed, the thrill of victory, and you could be there.
Before STX, lacrosse historically looked like this. Because of STX, lacrosse now looks like this. When it's your turn to make lacrosse history, do it with the original and best equipment in the game, STX.
Today, Pepsi announced a new slogan. Mere words? Or is the taste of Pepsi so big, America's really got to have it?
Gotta have it. It's something I felt for years, but never had the words to express.
If it's so popular, how come everybody's drinking it?
Henry's only regret is that he started drinking Pepsi this late in life.
The phrase gotta have it strikes a chord deep in the human psyche.
Now that everybody's gotta have it, Pepsi's not gonna need celebrity endorsers anymore.
And that's what I've been saying all along.
Brine Lacrosse, the power behind the game.
Today's game is brought to you by Coors Light. The Silver Bullet is the right beer now. By Brine Lacrosse, the power behind the game. And by Omen Lacrosse, the largest mail-order lacrosse company in the world. We're getting set for the opening face-off between Syracuse and Yale. The last time these teams met in Syracuse was back in 1962, 30 years ago. There's Mike Waldvogel, graduate of Cortland State University, where I understand he lived in close proximity to Dale Drypulcher during your brief stay there.
Yes, he was right up above me for 1 year at Hendricks Hall, the firecracker king of Hendricks Hall.
He did last a lot longer there.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Oh, it was serious times back in the 60s in college. It was...
Roy Simmons, the Hall of Famer, with 1 win in as many tries this year, ably assisted by John Desko to his left. Roy said one thing he's looking for in this game is a little more help from the other fellows on attack besides Tom Marachek. All Marachek did was shoot 4 times and score 4 times in the opening game win against North Carolina.
Can't ask for much more than that. And he plays defense when he has to, but 4 for 4 is it's a nice stat.
Chris Saran heading toward his cage. A transfer from Franklin and Marshall. Certainly established some fine credentials with the win over North Carolina, a game in which he had 20 saves. And we're getting set now for the face-off. Normally Bob Fazy out to face for Syracuse. Andy Scher, number 8. For Yale. Syracuse will begin with Andy Puccia taking the face-off in place of Facey. So Puccia had it on his stick and then lost it. We get a delayed call.
Yeah, he was pushed.
There's John Barr coming on now as Syracuse will go with a possession in the opening seconds of the game. Remember last week North Carolina scored in the first 10 seconds. On the move, Ricky Kramer beats the defense, scores. So Syracuse scores in the first 12 seconds. Ricky Kramer gets the goal. That is his 2nd of the year in 3 shots.
Kramer gets loose against Scher. Right there, 8. Watch him get beat. Now watch Dressler, the lefty-handed goalie. He really, you know, he has no chance. That's a really good look at what that goalie has to do when somebody can come and get that close to him that quickly.
Syracuse wins the face with Fazy this time. Marachek behind the back. They feed it to Kramer. It's intercepted for the moment by Curran. Lost by Huddleston, regained by Kramer. That was a pass intended for Jamie Archer. Syracuse turns it over.
One of the things that Dressler will have to do now is face a pretty aggressive Syracuse defense as they try to make this clear, go back, and use up that 10 seconds.
That's Clayton Simmers now, and trying to clear it across midfield, and they do.
Yes. But it's in the hand of a big stick. He wants to get rid of it.
From behind now, this is McHugh. McHugh getting shoved a couple of times there by Syracuse's DeBurn Reed. There's a quick stick attempt on the pass to number 19.
shot, and not a real good one, but definitely on the cage, and Saran there.
On the move now is Duxbury, drawing the attention of WINSHIP, who's easy to spot with the red knee brace. Syracuse 1 and Yale nothing. Yale had a chance to watch Syracuse's game against North Carolina on videotape, as just about all of Syracuse opponents do. I guess they all have cable.
Yeah, they're all, I'm sure those VCRs are clicking in right now.
Here's McHugh. Yale with a very, very patient offensive set.
Well, you certainly don't want to get into a running match. Let's see what they're going to call here. For Ward, yeah, that's what I thought. Steve Miller on top of it says that was a Ward, and Duxbury is going to have to now play a little defense as WINSHIP will get it. And watch Duxbury, watch number 9, watch with the free arm. And it was a little earlier there, but he did push off. And you can't do that, so Syracuse will now attempt to clear. And they do. Got the ball up to Gilmartain. 44, who still has it now.
As the defender, Curran, fell down. Now here's Ryder. Ryder on the move against Huddleston. Took a shot on the head, or so it seemed. Here's Dom Finn making the move, shooting, deflected behind and out, but Syracuse will keep it.
Dom Finn, sophomore out of Yorktown. Mike Walbog and I talked about the number of players that Yorktown and Lakeland down there in that area have put in Division I, and Dom Finn, one of those products, and Mike Walbog really likes Dom Finn.
Here's Ryder again, spinning away
nice
from
move.
Huddleston. A soft shot, and it's pulled in by Dressler.
Good save.
And a quick outlet now to Clayton Simmers. Here comes number 29 in the full gallop, trying to change direction on Gilmartin. Pass is played behind. Rocky Mould, number 19, giving up to Chris DeSimile. Staying with him is Roy Colsey.
Colsey looked very good in his inaugural game last week.
Here's Duxbury, Simon Duxbury from Ithaca. And the defensive effort is appreciated by the crowd. Small but knowledgeable. There's a goal that ties it up. Brendan Sheehan, the man we talked about on the high shot, tying the game up at 1-1.
Sheehan gets loose. Watch it. It's Gilmartin, 44. Now when the ball gets popped, see what Gilmartin did when the ball went down? He couldn't play body position. Now they have to come out and jump, and he got stick side on Saran, and it all started with a gamble on a loose ball by Gilmartin. It let Sheehan get that little bit of a start, and goal number 1 for Yale ties it up.
Off the face-off, Puccia with a quick feed, and there's the go-ahead goal. And a penalty marker down as well.
That'll be wiped out. That's a technical foul, probably a push. And so with the goal, the technical foul is wiped out, and you'll see the technical foul. Well, I guess you won't. There's the quick stick. Puccia gets it to Maricek, and Maricek goes high on the 5'8" goalie. So Maricek's now 5 for 5 in 2 games. 5 shots, 5 goals.
So Syracuse has the lead again. Yale tied it just for a matter of seconds.
Yeah, Puccia out there for Syracuse, a little bit of a surprise.
This time Yale does win the faceoff. In possession was Nick Deans, number 25. Now Yale into the settle offense with Deans, looking to tie the game again. Sheehan's going to get it. He now has 6 goals on the year. Sheehan making the move on Syracuse's Fred Amaya, number 8.
Amaya playing without the knee brace this year. A couple of knee injuries out there.
DeSimile racing onto the field, number 13. Down the middle for a shot and a score that ties the game up. Great individual effort on that play by Curran.
Watch what happens. Now watch Saran. He's going to be watching. Now there's the move. Gets beat. Now next another move. Left-handed shot and just went between Saran's legs. Went down low. So Curran makes a nice dodge, takes a left-handed shot down low, and it hops between the legs of that man, and Yale ties it up.
Moments before that shot, Rick Beardsley, number 47, had cleared out in front. The defenseman giving Curran an opportunity. We're tied again at 2. There's Jamie Archer trying to beat Huddleston. Now Ryder will put it in the stick of Kramer. There's Curran, just got the goal. Now he's got to play defense. The cutter was Lockwood, and that time his bounce shot was saved by Dressler.
That's going to be a poor pass. That's going to stay Syracuse. I think Yale went to a little bit of a zone look there for a second or two. Mike Waldvogel explaining to his team what he wants them to do. Very personable young guy out of Levittown, Long Island. Assistant with Richie Moran for many years at Cornell.
Here's Charlie Lockwood, who Roy Simmons says could run all day. Says if there's a fault, he has just too much energy. Well, we have an injured Orangeman down, and it looks like it might be a serious knee injury. Meanwhile, Yale comes back. They feed the crease, and it goes wide, and down the other end of the field, Ricky Kramer is down and in serious pain.
He just stopped right on a dime. He put his leg down and dropped the ball, and Dave, you're right, he's grabbed his right knee.
Ricky Kramer, who has just about the best pair of legs on this Syracuse team. Let's see if we can pick it up.
Watch the right leg. Doing a little fake. There, right, see the plant? And you saw that catch, and the knee twisted in, and that was it for Ricky Kramer.
The ankle rolled to the inside. You hope it's more of the ankle, but they're looking at the knee.
Well, that's the first thing he grabbed.
Then again, Dale, we're reminded that John WINSHIP went down last year against North Carolina. It looked like he was about to suffer a serious knee injury. It turned out to be, I say, only a sprain.
Yeah, I guess they have eventually did at least a little look in there with an arthroscopic surgery. But let's see if we can look at Kramer again. Watch it with the plant. You see the plant, and that knee goes down to the inside, and whoa, just didn't look right. And he's going to be helped off. Tim Neal, the trainer there in the blue sweater. So Ricky Kramer, a local product, will get a close look at that right knee on the bench.
Orthopedic surgeon Dr. Irv Rayfield on the scene as well. So he will get some quick attention.
They're talking about just substituting for the guy that got hurt.
You know, Dale, that injury, let's hope it's not the same as the injury suffered by Syracuse linebacker Dan Conley, but it just shows you that you can suffer an injury without any contact. No matter how athletic you are, if your foot just grabs in a certain way and the stress on a joint like the knee, you don't need to be hit. You don't even need to have a foot anchored.
That's right.
We're in a 2-2 lacrosse game, and here comes Charlie Lockwood. He'll fake left, go right, and give it up. Quick stick attempt by Ryder. Maricek has it now. To the right hand, and a bad pass. Lockwood thought Ryder would move out. Ryder was moving in.
They seem to be, Yale seems to be doubling the ball. When they get the opportunity, they're going to double the ball, try to get Syracuse to put it down, force the bad pass or the bad shot. It worked there, and Yale will have to clear from their own end, and it'll be DeTola, 47, with the ball.
They'll use the goalie to help on this clearing effort. Rich Dressler to the midfield area. Nice pull down by Nick Deans.
Thorpe, the big stick midi, actually got beat there for a second. They run it off, but he was behind by about 2 yards before Mike Doyle came in from Syracuse, 23, and also
Rocky Mould started behind. Now he gives it up to Josh McHugh. McHugh switching to the right hand, back to the left and to the right, trying to get by Tully, which is no easy task. Super takeaway by Tully.
One of those statistics you want to keep. And there's some speed statistics out there now. DeBurn Reed I believe, with the ball, yes.
Dom Finn is coming on. DeBurn, probably the fastest Syracuse player, fires, and it's saved by Dressler.
Flag down.
Slash going against number 21, Scott Shabe of Yale.
So that'll be a man-up, first man-up opportunity of the game. So it'll be a 1-minute penalty as detected on the slash. Actually, you could hear the sound. Doesn't always mean it's a slash, but he picked up 1 minute. So Shabe will take a rest in the penalty box.
So Syracuse now with the extra man opportunity, the first of the game. And the shot is coming, and it's deflected. In this game, if you're closest to it on a shot when it goes out of bounds, you retain possession. Sort of an offensive rebound. Here's Syracuse putting it in play again. They mishandle it. Lockwood picks it up. Steve Bettinger, number 12, having trouble.
DeTola playing good, aggressive man-down defense.
Maricek spinning and scoring. He spun the opposite way that you would expect. And Tom Maricek is now 6 out of 6 on the season. 6 shots, 6 goals. Syracuse is up 3-2.
You can see DeTola watching 47 sliding across to pick up Maricek. Now watch Maricek. See, he gives him that, slides inside, and now Dressler tries to go up, but Dressler's 5'8". He got the stick up and put it right over Dressler's stick side. But as we said, a little on the short side at 5'8", and when you're against Maricek, you could be 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide and have a little problem.
That man is regarded as having the finest stick skills in all of college lacrosse, Tom Maricek from British Columbia. Here's McHugh. Syracuse has their 3rd lead of the game. They've led it 1, 2, and 3. Now Duxbury from behind. Mike Doyle is coming on, along with Chris DeSimile for Yale. WINSHIP defending against Duxbury. There's a delayed call. Here's Sheehan stepping through. Tough angle for that shot. Now a better angle. McHugh's shot was wide.
There gotta be 2 men down, if I'm not mistaken. So they got one as a technical. So they're gonna be 2 men down. They got a slash and a hold on 2 different players. So that'll be Doyle and a WINSHIP. So you can hear the cry of sticks up, which means you're in a real zone. You're in a little box right there. You got 4 guys in front of the goalie, and the goalie's got a lot of pressure on him. You know, this is the time when a guy like Saran, it's really obviously the advantages to the offensive team, the team that's got the ball, that's up 2 men, but you'd like your goalie to come up with a spectacular save here if they get a good shot off, and they should get a good shot off as they wheel the ball around. And you get a good look at it there on the camera. 2 men up.
And they score that quickly. Yale has tied the game up for the 3rd time at 3-3 on the goal there by Scott Roberts.
Watch Roberts. They're going to swing the ball, and they try to get the defense lunge. He's just one-on-one with the goalie and puts it low. And Roberts ties it at 3. So this is exactly what Yale would like.
And to this point in the game, Syracuse goalie Chris Saran looking rather ordinary.
Well, they've taken 6 shots. They've got 3 goals, Yale does. He's got 2 saves. So, and now they have a little problem on the face, and this face will go to Yale.
Bob Fazy was out to take it. Instead, it's Nick Deans of Yale. Now the Eli look to take their first lead of the game. Mishandled by Sheehan. It was a low pass. Fazy and Sheehan. Sheehan has it, shovels it off nicely to Rocky Mould, who gets it away to Simmons. Now here's McHugh. Saved by Saran.
That may wake Saran up. He really made a nice save there. It was a break on him, and he got the stick on it. And I think he's going to get a little pumped up. It was a nice move. Yale looked very good. They got the open man. It's just one-on-one. There's the shot, but he got it offside, managed to deflect it wide. So Saran with an important save. Of the three, that was his most important.
That was against Clayton Simmers. Now back comes Syracuse in a 3-3 tie. Dom Finn as the defense retreats.
Nice
Archer
defense.
went down.
Yeah, DeTolo, nice defense. But
Maricek fires.
Oh, it's missed, huh?
Rebound by Colsey, and he couldn't get a clean shot away. We have another flag down.
Technical going to get a hold, so Mars comes up with a hold, and that'll make Yale down 30 seconds, and Syracuse will come up with another extra man. I didn't see it there, but you see all that hacking and hewing with those 6-foot sticks going on. So this will be man-up opportunity number 2 for Syracuse.
In a 3-3 game. One of Yale's goals is a 2-man-up goal.
That's right.
Now Syracuse goes over the top of the zone, and Lockwood's shot is saved by Dressler. And he cheaps it out of there. He fires it way downfield. Intended for Duxbury with WINSHIP defending.
It's off of Yale, so, but it took some time, and Dressler did the smart thing. Let's get it out of there. Syracuse will at least have to clear it from their own end. Just outside the restraining line there, so it buys him a little more time on a 30-second penalty. He may get out of this one.
A dodge attempt by Dom Finn. Remember, Syracuse lost the services of Ricky Kramer early, and there is the tie-breaking goal from outside. Tom Gilmartin, number 44, gets it.
You know, although they were even technically because the man was on the field, they were still coming on. They were not even down here, and they were still trying to shift. And you can see him trying to pick up Gilmartin, and he went high on Dressler. High stick side, it appeared, and it will not be a man-up goal, but it was certainly as a result.
Tom Gilmartin's first goal of the year. It was a shot to the head.
That's a technical against the Bulldogs, so Syracuse will get the ball. Syracuse
with Ryder.
Yep.
Ryder has it. Huddleston plays him. There's Archer getting the feed. And it's a 2-goal lead now.
Watch. Ryder takes it back behind the cage. Now he's looking. You see that vision? You see him looking for the jump, and just the briefest period of time was that man open, and Jamie Archer received a nice pass. And it's going to be timeout Yale as Syracuse goes up by 2.
So we have a timeout with 4:50 to go in this first quarter. Good time for Mike Waldvogel to take time. His team very much in the game. He doesn't want it to get away.
No, you're absolutely right, and that's exactly what he wants to say to them is we're still in this. We're doing real well. There's only 4:50 left in the first quarter. We're playing well. We've done some good things, and we've just got to regroup here, and that's Mike right there. And he was an excellent lacrosse player. He's a great defenseman. He used a big wooden stick back when they used to use wooden sticks, and when he hit you with the wooden stick, you knew it.
At that time, was Cortland State a Division III program?
Yeah, they were Division III, but you know, they used to play Cornell, they would play Syracuse, and they were always obviously an underdog in terms of you know, the size of the school and stuff, but in terms of talent, they had some great years, and Mike Waldvogel was just a super defenseman, and he's a real good coach.
Ricky Kramer has his leg in the immobilizer. He's out of Jamesville DeWitt High School. He went down early. As we showed you, his foot just seemed to catch in the turf, rolled to the inside, and the knee, the right knee, is the injury.
You know, you look at Jamesville DeWitt, I'm just quickly looking, 5 guys from Jamesville DeWitt on that Syracuse roster, a number of them from Fayetteville Manlius, West Genesee, a couple of kids. Really a lot of locals. This is really a local team. Obviously, Tom Marichek, an obvious exception.
Off the face-off, Andy Puccia took it for Syracuse.
Yeah, off of Yale. Ryan, the one local kid from Yale out of Fayetteville Manlius High School, not far from here, was off his stick.
Ryan's alternating between big stick midfielder and close defense.
Yeah.
Nick Dean's coming off. One of Yale's assistants is former Brown player Jamie Monroe.
Nice.
Who's here in the dome. Look at that.
Great.
That was Ryan with the drop kick. And an interception by Duxbury from Beardsley. Feeding it back now. That was McDonald, number 11. McHugh, as both teams make changes, particularly Yale, coming down to the 4-minute mark of this first quarter. A lot of penalties in this first quarter. Quite a bit of scoring as well. 5-3 Syracuse. A little bit of a weave as McHugh forced to dribble it. He gets it to Andy Scheer. They feed the crease,
Nice
and there's
move.
a goal. Beautiful
Nice
goal
move.
by Rocky Mould. And Yale is back within 1 at 5-4. Yale is a very smart, disciplined lacrosse team.
Well, when they saw the double coming and they got the ball to Mould, you can see there's the double right there. They got the ball off. That was McHugh. And then there's the look right there to Mould, and they have to slide to try to get over to cover him, and he can't get there in time to even get on the stick. So Mould just puts it down low, and Saran not able to come up with a big save. Makes it 5-4.
Rocky Mould Jr. from Skillman, New Jersey. Syracuse now looking to answer. John Barr getting time in the midfield now. Here's a quick stick goal, and guess who got it, folks? Tom Marichek. 7 goals on 8 shots.
Yeah, he missed one. Talk about efficiency. Now the ball's on the ground. It was at Barr. Shrugs off a little shot with the stick, looks to see where Marichek is, and Marichek is up in the air, and just with a flick of the wrist.
Found no effective expression. Louisiana was ready for Huey Long.
Our state is just
Before, but it was hard to see, so he's, what, 7 for 8.
Got to keep it honest. McHugh had it deflected by Tully. And Tully knocks it off the Yale player,
absolutely.
Duxbury. What a job right there by Brian Tully.
Those are the little things. Well, it's not little, obviously, but you know, you won't see it in the statistics. You and I talked about early. Sometimes it's tough to look at a defenseman and get any kind of a read on him in terms of stats, but that was a great play right there for Tully.
Down to 3:25 to go in this first quarter. We've had 10 goals. Lockwood trying to move on Ryan. Ryan takes it away.
Boy, Ryan's having a good day in front of his local friends and fans.
Now they failed to get it across in time.
Lacrosse is not a game for the slow-minded or slow of foot, because you have to get it down and get it back out of there, or they're going to call it on you, and they do. And Marichek has the ball.
You need fast eyes in this game too.
Yeah, there's a lot of field there.
You need good vision, really.
Oh, that went high. That'll be a pass, so that'll be Yale ball.
And it is not easy to see the ball against the seats here in the Carrier Dome.
Well, now they're going to change. They're going to say Syracuse ball.
Much to the dismay of Yale. When you throw a long pass and it's up against those aluminum seats, it can be tough.
Ah, the classic pose of a coach of what happened.
There's Ryder on the dodge. Nobody played him. He beat Huddleston, and nobody was there to help out to play Matt Ryder. I think Ryder knew that when he began the dodge. If he beat that one man, he'd have a shot.
Well, you talk about having good vision. Now, the guys in front got to be looking, guarding their men and looking backwards and saying, the goalie's got to say, he's beat, help, help, help. And somebody's got to slide back. but it didn't happen, and a sliding goal.
And on his release, he chopped down Dan DeTola as well.
Right.
So Matt Ryder gets the goal, and now Syracuse has a 3-goal lead, and Roy Colsey on a little dump over the middle of Dom Finn. Finn trying to change direction and go by Ryan, unsuccessful. Credit Ryan right there with stopping his progress. Biggest lead of the game. It's 3 goals. Down to 2.5 to go in this first quarter. They took it away from Archer. That was DeTola.
Good takeaway man.
Up ahead now to Dave Ryan, who overruns it, pays the price. He deals out a hit. He takes a hit. And Syracuse with Finn. A little bit behind Gilmartin. Colsey's going to get to it.
See, you can hear the talk there. I got it. That's exactly what you have to do in lacrosse. You have to do a lot of talking, and Colsey told everybody he had it. They drifted back, got in the offensive positions.
This first quarter has seemed like an hour.
Yeah, it has. He had a knee injury.
There's Gilmartin.
You know what? That's a classic. Hanging your stick, and then when you try to go and take that shot, somebody's got a big piece of fiberglass head on it, and that's exactly what happened there. It went high.
That was a pass.
Yeah, they tried to force that in. That was really forced. That was not open on the crease.
McDonald to Deans. Now McHugh against Tully. And Beardsley playing defense on Duxbury. Simon Duxbury on the move. Helped out in the cage was Saran by WINSHIP.
Uh-oh,
intercepted. Simmers saved by Saran, and he comes out. And the crowd loved that. Here comes Maricek with 1:05 to go in the first quarter. Maricek fakes left, goes right. Amaya looked to shoot low. Amaya's now trying to get possession back.
That's a play on push. And then when he lost the ball, they're going to give it to Syracuse. No, yes, that was the call. He got pushed. That play on is when you get pushed. There's a penalty occurs like a technical like that. They just let it go unless it costs you the ball, and then they'll stop it. And until Amaya couldn't get the ball, then they stopped it and gave Syracuse the ball, and that's that.
Here's Dom Finn on the spin. So many moves and so quick. He still has the ball. Now he loses it. DeTola on a shovel ahead. Delayed penalty. Here's McHugh feeding the crease.
Nice save.
Save, and it cannot be another shot. So Saran coming up big now in the last minute.
2 big saves. He's going to have a big one now because man-up situation has been 2 for 2 for, or excuse me, 1 for 1 for Yale, 2 for 2 for Syracuse. They'll get their second opportunity. There's the shot right there. You know, that's a brain rattler. You know, those face masks aren't like football face masks, Dave. First of all, they're made out of metal. They conduct a little more sound, and they're not quite as tough as a football face mask. So Yale did not take long to get a man-up goal the last time, and this is important. They can creep back to within 2 if they can pull this off.
Scott Roberts, number 20, will begin the play. Yale scored earlier on the 2-man advantage. Went in and out of the crease with the ball. That's the call against Syracuse.
In and out. Good call. Incidentally, you watch what they're doing to McHugh. Well, let's see, 43. They were playing him man-to-man. Watch him point. See him there? I've got him, and this is going to be man-to-man.
Mike Doyle is on him.
Yeah, Doyle's on him. And he's going to shadow him, and they're going to say, you're going to score without this guy because we're not going to let him free.
Simmers, Curran. Now Roberts on the near side. To Simile. Simmers again. This penalty will carry over.
Good defense, though.
And that is the end of the first quarter here in the Carrier Dome. With Syracuse leading Yale 7-4, our Super Sports coverage continues right after these words. 7-4 is our score as we get set to begin the second quarter. Yale will have the ball to finish off their extra man opportunity. Tom Marechek, 3 goals on 4 shots in the first quarter. What a bit of offense in this first quarter, with Syracuse managing 16 shots, Yale 10. We'll come back to that if we need to. Meanwhile, the action has resumed. Sheehan loses it. McGowan's in there, number 27. He had a good game against North Carolina, knocked out of his stick. Loose play here as we begin the second quarter. Now DeSimile for Yale.
Zed Kukovan in for Syracuse, 18. He slides.
And he scores. Yale does. And they have narrowed this game down to 7-5. Simon Duxbury gets the goal.
So that was, watch, Kukovan, 18, is going to slide, and it gets out, and then has to try to come back, and he left-handed and not able. You saw the cross-handed move there, trying to get his stick over. Saran not able to come up with save number 7. He's got 6, so it's 7-5.
Off the face-off, Fazy wins it. Syracuse is led by as many as 3. The game was tied at 1, 2, and 3. Here is Lockwood.
Ryan on him.
Charlie sending outside to Freddie Amaya. One thing Roy Simmons did against North Carolina, get a lot of different people in the game.
It helps you when you get into the playoffs, and it helps you in the latter part of your season too.
Here's John Barr switching to the right hand, just a little bit too high.
You know, last week Barr was able to hang out in the crease and get up a couple of goals when he was standing right what would be in basketball like Dave, the low post. And let's see what they do with him now. He's out on top right now.
Barr should get even more playing time in this game now with the injury to Ricky Kramer.
Kramer
is Matt Ryder. This is a great view. It shows you what the offense is trying to do.
Slash.
That was Lockwood who missed on the long shot.
So that'll be a slash on Yale as 17 picks it up. That's Huddleston. You know, I think it was Lockwood last week took 10 shots. I didn't even realize he had taken that many shots. And he's taken some shots today.
Scored on only 1 of those 10.
Yeah.
Well, he definitely has the hardest shot on the team also. Roy Simmons would like him to get a little bit more variety, a little change of pace. You don't have to shoot quite as hard if you can pick your spots.
That was Colsey, 3, taking a shot there as Syracuse working this man up.
Quick stick attempt, no good in there by Finn, it looked like. Archer's back to play it. Intercepted nicely by DeTola, pulled down by Yale. Here come the Bulldogs, and they play with Bulldog-like tenacity here in the first half. They trail at 7-5.
They're released, so
Duxbury,
everybody's even.
Guarded by Beardsley. Rocky Mould is coming on. He has the ball now. Andy Scher is number 8. He's got it now.
Yeah, they're going to take their time, too. They don't need to get into a run and gun here.
Syracuse man for man. There's Nick Deans. Nick shot it high, backed up by Yale. They'll keep it.
Thorpe, big stick midi is on Deans.
Reggie Thorpe, R-E-G-Y. Herkimer Community College transfer. He had a very good game.
Thought he did last week, absolutely.
By the way, North Carolina, after losing to Syracuse, lost earlier today 7-6 to Loyola of Maryland.
Low scoring game.
Easy shot for Saran to contend with.
Good open.
And a good outlet pass. He's got it in the stick of Lockwood.
There's a release.
Charlie to the spin. Taken away. Back he comes, determined to get the ball back. That was a legal check. Reggie Thorpe put a body on. Now Nick Deans. 3.5 minutes into the second quarter, 7-5 Syracuse. For a moment,
Beardsley.
Duxbury went down.
Oh, Beardsley took it away from him.
Now Rick Beardsley. Back to Brian Tully. Tully to midfield. Good pass by a defenseman with that big stick. Roy Colsey has it now. And again, it's Colsey.
You hear him matching people up, saying who's got who. Get a man. They take the ball behind.
Colsey looks for the right-handed shot. Quickly, Maricek puts it back into play. Finn with it. Colsey again. Finn feeding the crease for Archer. Oh, what a shot! Dom Finn with an over-the-head shot, and what a goal by Dom Finn.
There's a kid who's played well in the goal for Yale. It's kind of disheartening. There's Colsey, ball's down, deflected. Now it's just an over-the-head. You know, that's like just doing that hook, you know, in basketball, a walk-away hook, and it goes in. And Dom Finn takes a high over-the-head shot on Yale and able to put it in as Dressler at 5'8", not able to get high enough to stop that.
What really made it impressive is Finn is one of the shorter players, so it's not like he's just shooting it down. He had to bend his back, as you saw, to release it. McGowan from behind with a blindside takeaway for the moment.
Well, they're all over.
Regained by Curran. 8-5 Syracuse. Yale with it. Sheehan.
Boy.
Being hounded by Beardsley.
He's putting some aluminum. Oh, there's a whip.
Simmers goes down.
A hold. That's a hold.
Clayton Simmers taken down.
Yeah, that's a hold.
Sean McGowan, the guilty man. He'll head off.
That's actually a really nice look at a hold. Watch. Is it McGowan? Yeah, watch McGowan. Watch him. Whoa. He says, I'm not going to let you turn back in on me. I'll take you down, and I'll take a chance of getting a 30-second penalty, and that's exactly what happened. So it'll be man-up opportunity number 3. Yale 1 for 2 at this point.
That is the time remaining in the second quarter. Yale's been good in these extra man opportunities.
Well, they're taking 43 on the extra man right out of that. That's McHugh, as they're doing him man-to-man there with Doyle. And everybody else is just playing their zone.
Sheehan. Look how crisply Yale moves that ball around.
It's even. They killed it.
And that was Sheehan who was in the crease after his shot. Syracuse is going to get it on that violation.
That was good man-down defense as they just guard McHugh man-to-man and then zone everybody else up. And now Yale's going to put a little pressure on him on this clear.
Simmers is on Lockwood. Charlie gives it up to Tully. John Barr has it now, number 30. 9 minutes to go in the half. Syracuse leads it 8-5.
Oh.
Bad pass.
Yep, that's all there is to that. Just a bad pass.
Steve Bettinger threw it away. Yale has it back. Rich Dressler, the goalie, will trigger it in.
Long pass.
Here comes Duxbury.
Boy, they should have painted a bullseye on him there. Look at this guy, too.
Sheehan getting into it at midfield.
Thorpe's just he's like a kamikaze out there.
Now Rocky Mould, 19.
Now
there
get
goes
the same
Sheehan
matchup
against Thorpe,
yeah.
2 on 10. Look how much bigger Thorpe is than Sheehan.
Yeah.
Reggie Thorpe goes 6'2" and 200.
You know, when you're on the field with Syracuse, one of the things that impresses you is their physical presence. They're a big, strong lacrosse team.
Brendan Sheehan, 5'8", 170 pounds. Chris DeSimile now gives it up to Sheehan on Thorpe, and he scores. So Sheehan gets the job done, giving away inches and pounds, and Sheehan gets the goal.
He absolutely does. He makes a nice move. Now watch Thorpe. Now he's got the body position right there. See, now the only thing he can do with that stick is try to hold him, and you know what he did? He tried to hold him, but he couldn't get a hold of the stick, and Sheehan puts in goal number 6, and Yale back to 2.
That's his second goal, and he's only taken 2 shots. So Yale hangs tough. Fazy going by Dean in the crease area. Syracuse's Ryder with the goalie out of the cage. Syracuse keeps it.
We've only got Dressler with 3 saves so far for Yale.
Freddie Amaya gets a little bit of operating room. John Barr switching hands and scoring.
Nice job, because there were 2 guys on him. DeTola was one. And also number 12, Curran. Watch, there's Curran. Now watch DeTola come into the picture. He's going to come over and double. He jumps, shoots, he goes. Offside of the left-handed goalie, and Syracuse back to a 3-goal lead, 9-6.
But it is a very high-scoring first half.
Yeah. Face-off starting to go towards Syracuse in a decisive way.
Tom Finn now, even with a crease was Maricek, or even with a cage that was. There's a low one that Dressler made the save on, but the rebound is cleaned up by Colsey.
The garbage man, that's the guy who's waiting for the stuff to pop back out and picks up the trash and puts it in, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Nice positioning by Colsey. Watch him move away as he comes by. Now he turns around, and that's why it's so important to stop that rebound, to hold that ball when you get your stick on it. And Colsey, first goal today.
We have a timeout taken by Yale once again with a 4-goal margin. Now Mike Waldvogel, who was successful earlier on in calling a timeout, keeping his team in the game, employing the same strategy here. So we've got a timeout with 7:04 to go. Syracuse is up 10-6.
Well, Syracuse got the last 2 face-offs, and they just got that goal, and it's banged back to the face-off circle again. Syracuse has 11 face-offs. They have 5, so he doesn't want to get into that where we just go out into the face-off circle. They get the face-off. They come down and score. We want to slow it down. We got to regroup a little, and Mike Waldvogel called a good timeout for Yale as Syracuse up by 4.
Here's a look at the active lacrosse coaches in terms of their victory totals. Carl Runk in 3rd place from Towson State. He was here in the Final 4 years last year and
quite a character.
The championship game. Great guy.
Yep, very personable.
There's Tom Maricek. And that graphic only tells part of the story. You can't really describe with the words the artistry that the man has with his stick.
And one of those guys who's as nice a guy as he is a good lacrosse player. Very personable character.
3 goals tonight. Matt Ryder has a goal. Archer, Barr, Kramer, Gilmartin, Finn, and Colsey all have 1 goal, as does Ryder, and Maricek has 3. For Yale, it is Sheehan with 2, Curran, Roberts, Mould, and Duxbury with 1 apiece. Gilmartin took that face off.
Well,
Syracuse's Finn overruns it.
Fast break.
Yale now with a golden opportunity. DeSimile feeding the wing. Good play by the defenseman, WINSHIP.
Yeah, a little body save there. He'll find that tomorrow morning where he saved that one.
Break forward to Colsey with Finn to his left, Gilmartin in the middle. Instead they send behind. Maricek is back there now. Out to Dom Finn. We're under 6.5 to go in the first half. 10-6 Syracuse.
Oh, there's a jump.
Finn gets an angle.
Oh, nice little goal.
You know, it almost looked like he was past the goalie. He had no more room to shoot, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Dom Finn finishes it off with a goal.
Watch the double right there. Now they go high. They hit him in the head. And watch, you're right. He's going to take fake. Then he goes back because he knows if he takes it left-handed, Dave, he was beyond the goal mouth. So what did he do? He changed back, went right-handed, and was able to, the width of his body, put it by Dressler. And there's a SU Dom and 8 to the finish. Great. Nice looking poster.
Dom Finn gets the goal. Syracuse 11-6. Andy Puccia now.
Puccia started facing off.
They've used Puccia, they've used Fazy, and they've used Gilmartin.
Gilmartin, yeah. Gilmartin was back up last year.
Good catch. Shot wide, backed up by Maricek.
Yep.
Shot taken there by Mark Fietta.
Oh, nice move.
Maricek had it knocked out of his stick. Oh, Maricek almost stopped the goalie at point-blank range.
Interference. Now, he said he plays a little defense, too, and he got right in the goalie's face. Of course, if that inside that cylinder, that goalie is sacrosanct.
See, did he contact the stick or did the ball come out?
Doesn't make any difference. He's still there. And when that he gets to follow through with the stick. So.
All right. 5.5 to go. You may hear the goalie calling out defensive instructions. Let's listen. There's Brendan Sheehan. Actually, you hear the goalie better when the ball goes behind him.
Yeah.
Sheehan has his 3rd goal of the game. He is a tough little package. Brendan Sheehan.
Well, Mike Walvogel told me he'd been doing the scoring for him, came in with 10 points, and he hasn't disappointed today. Watch the move. He's not a big guy. Look, they're trying to get out on him. He doesn't take that hard a shot, but boy, he is able to place it perfectly. So that's number 3 for number 2. And he brings Yale back to within 4.
And 3 shots by Brendan Sheehan for those 3 goals. So quite an impressive outing here against, in all likelihood, the #1 team in the country. There has not been a new poll since Syracuse defeated North Carolina. 11-7 is the score. We're only in the first half. We have 4:45 to go. Here comes Thorpe and Sheehan on.
Flag down from the bench here. What's the?
John Barr is going to be sent off, or is it Fazy?
He's gonna 30 seconds.
Was Barr.
Interference in the box. Not letting him get out. So it'll be a 30-second penalty. Watch him. Let's see if they changed any personnel.
Yale has been very effective in the extra man opportunities. They're just a great passing team. Simmers. There's the goal. They went across the zone, and Duxbury gets it, and Yale again back within 3 at 11-8. They're a beautiful team to watch, Dale.
That was brings them back up to 50% on the extra man goals, and they're just taking a point-blank shot there. You're right, they passed it very well. They changed their man up a little bit. They had been using McHugh in the middle, and Syracuse had gone man on him and zoned, and then they did a little different thing there, and they got open on the crease, and now they're getting the face-off, and that shows you what you can do when you start getting face-offs. I believe the last 2 or 3 have gone Yale's way.
So Duxbury gets the goal. Yale within 3 now. Here's Andy Scher. Now McHugh losing it and getting it back and beating his man in the process. But Tully reacted well.
Now the idea is to try to keep that stick up, even if you're beat. You've got 6 feet, an extension of your body. If you can get that 6 feet and at least try to get your stick on stick, make the shot go high, and it worked.
Well, at the beginning of the game, we talked about the Syracuse defense and the goaltending last week being outstanding. You'd have to say Syracuse's offense is keeping them in this game and keeping them in the lead. Off of Maricek, and it ended up on the side of the cage. Now Syracuse will apply a ride, and Yale goes long to beat it. To Tola.
He's played very well for Yale. Good participation, I should say, in the clear. Has played really good defense.
Rocky Mould on the give to McHugh. Under 3 minutes to go in the half.
Here the goalie left behind, left behind. You know, sometimes they get like, see those war movies when they're shooting during the plane and the German fighters are coming after them. They yell and pass off and shout and scream, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Scher.
Letting everybody know where that ball is, and you'll hear him yell hold.
Now here's Nick Deans. He breaks free, goes to his knees. We'll get a call.
He was in the crease. St. John's in the, or excuse me, St. John's. Yale in the crease. I was thinking about their game against St. John's when they had such trouble and then came back and defeated them.
WINSHIP casually upfield. He's looking at 3 blue shirts. He goes to Gilmartin. Trying to make the move on Ryan. Good job by the FM product to knock the ball free and get it back in Yale's possession.
Well, Ryan uses the 11th man on that. That's the sideline, and he did a nice job against Gilmartin as he just crowded him, kept the stick on him, and he knew that Gilmartin would have to turn, and when he did, he hit the stick, and Yale gets the ball back.
Yale looking to move within 3 as we're down to 1.5 minutes to go.
That was a mugging there.
Sheehan hit the deck. Ryder barking at the official as he leaves.
You don't want to do that. Watch what he does. Well, all right, that's not bad. All right, there's one where he starts to push him, then he just pushes him. So that was kind of a...
Not a happy man.
No, and doesn't believe that he did it either, I guess. Well, they got a nice open man on the left side of the crease. Last time in their extra man, they're 2 for 4 at this point. And if you get half your man-up goals, you're doing a great job.
It's almost like tracing the circumference of a circle, and then all of a sudden you draw a line right across the diameter.
Radius. And they'll take one of those, radius.
Well, the radius, yeah, stops in the middle, but sometimes they go right across it. There's that crossing pass. There's the shot, and Saran picks it off. Here comes Lockwood off the bounce feed. McGowan's heading off.
I think you might
so
want
is
to
Doyle.
wait. Now they get some people on. I thought Maricek would slow it down. Freddie Amaya's group in.
He's getting the ball now, number 8. Down to 40 seconds to go in the half. And Syracuse takes a timeout with a possession and a 3-goal lead.
So with 39 seconds left, a strategic timeout for Syracuse. say that's going up 12-8. We got 39 seconds to work a play. Let's see what they come up with.
The teams will be at equal strength when play resumes with 39 seconds to go here in the half. A very high-scoring game.
Yeah, it would be, what, 22-16 if they did the same thing in the second half. Obviously, that's the time to go in and adjust and make changes.
Well, when you consider North Carolina scored 10 goals against Syracuse in the entire game, and here you have Yale with 8 at the half.
The defense really dominated, I thought, at North Carolina. And, you know, we talked about maybe being a little bit flat after beating the #1 team. The defense perhaps a little flat.
To be expected. An emotional kind of letdown. Next up for Syracuse here in the Dome, the Adelphi Panthers. Check your local listings for the time and place. Here in Syracuse, it'll be Adelphi on Adelphia.
That's right.
39 seconds to go here in the first half. Dave Cohen along with Dale Drypulcher. There's Chris Saran. Let's check the save totals for the two goalies.
He's got, Saran has 9 and 4 for Dressler. Shot department, Syracuse at 26 and 21 for Yale.
Lockwood to the right hand. Lockwood to Ryder. Stopped by Dressler.
Nice job.
And here is Ryan now. They get the ball upfield. Pulled down by Scher, and now Yale in transition. Barr trying to catch up to him. He does. But he can't deny the pass. Fanning on the shot was McHugh, and Beardsley pulls it down for Syracuse. 5 seconds to go.
And it's going to stay Syracuse, but it will be difficult.
So we have 1 second to go in the half. Don't forget, we'll have the Coors Light halftime highlights coming up. And there it is. The end of the first half with Syracuse leading Yale 11-8. Back with our halftime highlights after these words. Welcome back to the Carrier Dome and Super Sports coverage of Syracuse lacrosse. Dave Cohen and Dale Drypulcher were getting set for the third quarter face-off. In terms of individual scoring, Tom Marachek leading Syracuse with 3 goals. Dom Finn has 2 goals. 1 goal for Ryder, Archer, Barr, Kramer, Gilmartin, and Colsey. And for Yale, Brendan Sheehan with 3 goals, Simon Duxbury with 2, 1 apiece for Mould, Curran, and Roberts.
They go with Fazy on the face.
Against Chris DeSimile, and Fazy takes the face off, and he feeds Lockwood. Had it pop out of his stick. Archer's there to pick it up. Out of the stick of Lockwood again. Barr and Ryan. Fazy and DeSimile. Fazy and DeSimile. And now Curran. He got the first goal of the game for Yale. Chris Saran is in the nets. With the ball now is Brendan Sheehan. He's got 3 goals in the game.
Nice
Look at that
move.
neat move. And he almost had goal number 4. Saran went down. He's quick.
Out of Hartford, Connecticut, West Hartford, Connecticut.
Winship applying the aluminum against Duxbury. Penalty markers down. A delayed call against Syracuse. Play on by Yale.
Now you want to get a shot off here because you really got a free shot. Now that's it. That will no longer. So it'll be interference call and 30-second penalty. So it'll be man-up opportunity number 6 for Yale.
Now let's see how Syracuse defends the man-up opportunity. They send Todd Stratton on along with Sean McGowan and Mike Doyle.
Well, usually it's some kind of a zone because you're obviously down a man, but they were using McHugh in the middle, 43, but he is no longer there.
Oh,
Yale,
they fed
yeah,
the crease quickly.
Yeah.
Uncharacteristically, Yale did. They've had so much success in working the ball around and throwing it across the zone. Now here comes Saran with the ball, the goalie. Last week he came all the way upfield and took a shot. This time the bounce pass, the carpet pass. Dom Finn in the midfield area.
They got to get it down there to get the release. And
nice spin by Finn. If he's into the box, the teams will be equal.
Does he get there? Oh, no. Failure to advance. Goes the other way. Did not get it down there within 10 seconds. So Syracuse lost the opportunity.
So even though he advanced it single-handedly, it took him too much time.
Boy, now they're even.
Reggie Thorpe coming on, number 10.
High shot. Not really on cage by Simmers.
Clayton Simmers took that shot. He's a senior from Great Falls, Virginia. McHugh hitting DeSimile now. And here's Simmers again with Thorpe, who tripped him. Good sportsmanship.
Yeah. The technical going to be giving him a hold there on Thorpe. A little bit sloppy perhaps on that. You're going to see pretty good there. He's trying to get the. Oh, there. See, there's the hold.
Now here they go again with the extra man. This time they look to be more diligent beginning it. Syracuse in almost a diamond defense.
Yeah. Oh, offside.
Somebody was offsides.
It's got to be against Yale because the foot was on the line. So Yale offsides. They didn't even get a shot off on that extra man. So that was their 7th. The 6th one, they had about maybe 5 seconds into it and lost it. And that time they lose it again. So they have not been the last couple of times able to be as patient on that extra man. Now Syracuse gets in the box and there's a release. So now they're even.
Matt Ryder will come into your picture. There he is. Number 4 gets it. Ryder. DeTola defending against him.
DeTola, good defender, has played very well today.
Archer gets the feed. I wonder if Lockwood's getting a little frustrated having not scored.
Either look at him double.
Amaya got doubled. Now Maricek, the feeder. John Barr has it. Goes to the right hand.
Nice check.
Picked up neatly, though, and the return for Ryder.
But you know what it does? It really upsets the whole rhythm of the offense there. And now they're starting to look for people, and they got a little isolation here.
Ryder beats the left-handed goalie on the stick side.
Yeah. That was Curran. 12 was on him, and it looked like a clear out in an isolation. Watch him clear. See him clear through. Now look, there's nobody there. He's by himself. Now when he makes his move, they jump too late, and he does. He puts it stick side, almost like a little bit of a change-up on the shot. So Ryder up with his 2nd goal as an assist. (12-8) now. Syracuse lead. Gilmartin up on the face.
And Jeff Curran gets there first. Takes a couple of shots. Huddleston picked it up.
They're going to get him. He went out of that and back of the. Let's see. What do we got?
Maybe the two officials want to talk it over.
So it'll cost possession.
Mike Waldvogel wants an explanation.
That's what he called, Coach.
Well, it will remain somewhat of a mystery.
Syracuse 12, Yale 8. I believe this equals the biggest lead Syracuse has had. Roy Colsey, the freshman, right in, but he fired it right into the stick of the goalie Dressler. He didn't even have to move that stick to make the save.
No.
Huddleston, he eludes a double team, gets the ball back.
No, that's out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds with the ball. And they throw the flag against DeBurn Reed.
But if that's a flag, that should be a possession. Let's see. There's a good check. Let's see. He picked the flag up. No, that's a push. Okay, so Reed will be called for pushing. This is man-up opportunity number 8 for Yale. They have not done very well the last two. They have not even gotten a shot off their last two man-up.
Well, maybe Syracuse is doing something different to defend.
No, they got a nice save.
He went low to play that one. Now the level of intensity seems to be picking up. But just like that, Yale answers.
Was that number 2 again? I don't think it was Sheehan. Let's see. Now the ball, it's an unsettled situation. Syracuse is a man down. And they look. Yes, it was Sheehan. He got a nice assist from Duxbury.
What a job he is doing, Brendan Sheehan. You know, Dale, they list him at 5'8" and 170, and I'm certain they're exaggerating on both counts. There's no exaggerating what he's done in the game. 4 goals. Gilmartin gives it up. Maricek behind the back, intercepted by DeTola. Roy Colsey on the shovel back. 12-9 is the score. Archer up to Finn. Dom Finn. Sneaky. That hits something or someone and deflected high over the cage.
Oh.
Can he keep his feet? Ryder fired it wide.
Boy, Huddleston smacked him about 3 times with that fiberglass head and the handle, the wooden. See, some more guys with these wooden handles.
Maricek. He's almost exclusively a right-handed player.
Yeah, he's going to invite a double team here pretty soon.
He's got it back. You seldom see Maricek hold on to the ball for any length of time. If you can get a 2 count or a 3 count, that's long.
Shot
firing it wide.
Syracuse up to 33 shots. Ryder? Or no, I'm sorry, Archer.
That's Archer.
Yeah.
Feeding Ryder. And he did the old up and down Gary Gate routine. And Ryder scores again.
And it is Archer, number 11, as he beats number 17, Huddleston, then there's the up and down, and he stayed up and went offside. Goal number 13 for Syracuse.
When you say offside, you mean he went to the side?
The stick, you know, when you normally stand and you've got the stick, the left-handed stick, the head would be on the left side, and he went to the opposite side.
The offside being the right side.
Right.
Third goal of the game now from Matt Ryder, and the lead goes back to 4. Ryder's hit on 3 of 7 shots. Fazy stays on after winning the face.
They got Amaya in the box, and Fazy will come off.
Syracuse feeds Archer now. Huddleston is playing Archer.
Incidentally, they have, I'm just checking for Ryan. There he is, 42.
Lockwood winds up with that left-handed shot.
Ryan playing the big stick midfielder at this point.
There's Archer. He thought about going low when he cleared the cage area there.
That's may not go out of bounds, maybe saved.
McHugh did a good job. McHugh gets the return. He's coming in with 2 men on his right. He feeds. Duxbury scores. Good job by McHugh. He was the man who played the bouncing ball at midfield, got it into the midfield area, then got the return pass, took it in, and fed Duxbury.
Shot number 26 for Yale, and it comes up with goal number 10, and it's just a real low shot to the onside of the goalie. So Duxbury, 3 goals and an assist. He's having quite a day. Saran with 11 saves.
But 10 goals allowed. That equals what North Carolina got in the entire game. Here's John Barr. If you join us late, Ricky Kramer down with a knee injury in the first quarter. We don't know the extent of it. AstroTurf bounced ahead. The Barr intended for Archer, and they did not connect.
Nope. Thorpe on Deans. And now they've taken it back out on top.
Mike Doyle defending against Andy Scher. 13-10. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this third quarter. There's that matchup again, Doyle and Scher. DeBurn Reed playing defense off the ball for Syracuse. There's a cutter, and Scher didn't spot him.
Yeah, DeBurn Reed's man got a break, and they've crowded up the crease, pump out again.
Nick Dean's with it now. Sending behind to Duxbury.
WINSHIP on Duxbury.
Trying the one-on-one clear out for the moment. Here's Scott Shabe, and the rebound is not in there.
Interference. Pick.
Rocky Mould was camped out trying to play the rebound, and the call goes against Syracuse.
Watch Beardsley. Watch 47. Now there's the save. Now there's the rebound. Watch right there. Right there. That's can't do that. So Mould was down, and they get the ball back and can come back within 2.
Tully matches up with McHugh. DeBurn Reed staying on this shift. Reggie Thorpe out on Simmers. Simmers does a good job. Tried to change hands. Paid the price. WINSHIP. DeSimile takes it with Beardsley on him. That was DeBurn Reed flying through. Saran, the goalie, up ahead. Too far for WINSHIP to handle, and Simmers back to play it. Now MOULD gets it to McHugh.
Got to get over to the side.
Even with the cage, they go low. And Saran stopped that one.
That was off his head, I think. Boy, if you could replay that one, that would be great.
Saran is really pumped up after this save.
Slow it down. We'll see where this ball goes. Boom! Yes!
Boy, you've got those good eyes. See that one at real speed initially. Saran is out of the cage and on the run. He has it back with DeBurn Reed. Saran
yeah.
continuing to come forward.
He's looking to see if he's going to get a pass back. He won't.
Jamie Archer now will try to allow
Flag
somebody
down.
to come on. That's Finn coming on. Finn is going to get it. Gilmartain's coming on as well. Delayed call.
Oh, nice save.
A second flag down. We may have two against Yale.
Let's see. This is going to be procedure penalty, technical, and then you got another one. They're going to be down 2 men, I'm guessing. You watch. This is watch this wrap check. He gets rid of the check, but he can't do much to get the ball on the cage. So I think we got 2 technical fouls. Well, one's on SHEEHAN and one's on 12, Curran.
So now Syracuse will have a 2-man advantage.
For 30 seconds.
Brendan SHEEHAN is off, and so is Rocky MOULD.
Well, they got to pick the piece of yellow laundry way up down there. Fisher will get it before they can start play. So they are 2 men down. So they got 5 guys out there in their defensive half. 3 in the offensive half does Yale.
Archer playing up at the point now. Maricek is behind. Here's Lockwood. Saved again by Dressler. Outlet intercepted by Tully.
Good job. When you're 2 men down, you can't do much chasing. Dressler tried to get it out so they could at least get some time off. Another shot off the stick. Dressler not able to stop the rebound. Now they'll get rid of it.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Tully intercepts again. Gets it ahead to Bettinger now. There's Steve Bettinger.
Got to run out of trouble there. Ryan on him from Yale, and now that they're all even. So Yale able to survive a 2-man down for a 30-second situation.
Lockwood's 0 for 5 shooting in the game.
They wanted a ward on that.
Dom Finn taking a check. Off the stick of Maricek. And taken by the goalie Dressler.
Diminich knocked the ball out.
Now 2:20 to go in the third quarter. Oh, almost a dangerous kind of pass, and you have to look back. Huddleston did, and here comes Lockwood. Can he break the ice? Passes behind Bettinger.
Nice
Good
job
hustle
by Bettinger, absolutely. They want to settle down here a little bit, I think. They want to get back into their offense. Unsettled situations have not been kind in this half to Syracuse.
A whiff on the shot by Finn. DeTola pulled in by Curran with 1:35 to go. Third quarter. Look out, McGowan gets him.
Gilmartain.
That was a dangerous hold, right?
Yeah, well, it was an obvious one because Gilmartain picked him right up off the ground. And you'll see it as, was it Curran? Now that wasn't the call. This is the call. Yeah. It was like one of those sleeper holds.
Bill Tully and Rick Beardsley each with 4 takeaways in the game.
On the other hand, Yale's had 9 man-up. This will be their 9th man-up situation in the game.
But before we get it, Roy Simmons calls a timeout. We also have a flag down before the timeout, which might have something to do with unsportsmanlike conduct.
Mike Wallvogel, Bones, his nickname.
So the majority of this timeout for Yale, a discussion between the head coach and the officials. And a thank you.
Yeah. Well, as we said, this will be Yale's 9th man up. So if you look at the statistic that's telling, there's one. Now they've been successful on 3 of 8. So when you're giving up that kind of penalty, a little bit sloppy perhaps. Some of the penalties have been in that category.
13-10 is the score here today. The next home game, Adelphi, here in the Dome against Syracuse. In the scoring department, Brendan Sheehan with 4 goals, Simon Duxbury with 3, leading the way for Yale. Syracuse with Maricek and Ryder 3 goals apiece.
So he's been getting a pretty good balance there in his midfield and attack, with Duxbury on attack and Sheehan at the midfield. Let's see where. Do we have Syracuse a man down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doesn't appear to be.
Play beginning with the ball in the upper right-hand portion of your screen.
So that must have been no possession.
Duxbury's number 9. DeBern Reed, the defender, and a bad pass by the Simile. Syracuse gets it back.
Oh, that was a tall pass.
That's the time remaining in the 3rd quarter. Here's Beardsley. Up ahead will go to Gilmartain. In the middle of the field now to COLSEY with a change of direction and a shot to score. The freshman Roy COLSEY from Yorktown Heights.
And COLSEY had a good debut last week. Makes a nice move, goes left-handed, sees the double coming, and he slides it by the left-handed goalie from Yale, and COLSEY's got his 2nd goal. And Syracuse pulls away by 4 with 52 seconds left right now in this quarter. Face off Syracuse.
Saved by Dressler.
He got that, he got that with the handle.
Last effort there by Ryan. He ended up tripping COLSEY, who nearly hit the wall.
Ryan has played well, the local kid from Yale.
That's Ricky Kramer on crutches.
Not a good scene. I'm sure they're going to take him right over and get that looked at the hospital. While we look at him, they're changing sticks because I think Dressler made the save and bent the shaft on his goalie stick. So Mike Wallvogel talking to his team as Syracuse has a chance to go up by 5.
Here's COLSEY beginning the one-on-one move up top. As we near the end of the 3rd quarter, Marechek will put it back in play. 11 seconds to go, Dale.
Syracuse just is not, I was going to say, they've not had as much success feeding the crease as they did last week.
Now trying to beat the clock.
Shot, save. What do we got here? With 1 second left. Hold. So 1 second, Syracuse will hold the ball and they will get the face-off for, well, they will get the ball without a face-off for the last quarter if they don't take a shot. So that's Syracuse's man up 5. They won actually 2 so far, 2 of 4.
Bettinger kills the clock here in the third quarter. Now the end of 3. Yale continues to hang tough as Syracuse leads it 14-10. Back with the fourth quarter from Super Sports after these words.
This is the crew of America Cubed. 16 brave sailors who sweated and trained for the America's Cup and got here because they earned it. And one who got here because he drinks the right beer. You could be here, riding on America Cubed during an actual cup race in San Diego. It's a great time on a fast boat from Coors Light, the beer that won't weigh you down. To win the ride of your life, look for details at this sweepstakes display. America Cubed, the thrill of victory, and you could be there.
Lacrosse, the power behind the game.
Today, Pepsi announced a new slogan. Mere words? Or is a taste of Pepsi so big, America's really got to have it?
Gotta have it. It's something I felt for years, but never had the words to express.
If it's so popular, how come everybody's drinking it?
Henry's only regret is that he started drinking Pepsi this late in life.
The phrase "gotta have it" strikes a chord deep in the human psyche.
Now that everybody's got to have it, Pepsi's not going to need celebrity endorsers anymore.
And that's what I've been saying all along.
Before STX, lacrosse historically looked like this. Because of STX, lacrosse now looks like this. When it's your turn to make lacrosse history, do it with the original and best equipment in the game, STX.
Fourth quarter is about to begin. Dave Cohen and Dale Drypulcher in a surprisingly close lacrosse game. Yale hanging with Syracuse, and they have been within 4 goals throughout this game.
Yeah, there's a good look there. Look at the you look at the penalties. 6 for Yale, 9 for Syracuse. Ground balls, Yale ahead by 2. Man-up goals, a real part. But look, shots Syracuse 42, but they have not all been good shots. Only 28 for Yale. Saves, very even. Obviously, SU up by 1 in the save department, but I think they have been a little bit sloppy and have given a lot of extra man opportunities.
Next week, Yale
will be
home against Pennsylvania. Tom Marechek was just camped out. Somehow they got the ball to him, and he scored that rather easy goal.
Geez, they tripped over his Coleman stove there. He had a whole campsite up. Let's see what happens. Watch him sneak. Watch. See, they get him going. See, they get him sliding. And look, he looked away. Nice job by, was that Jamie Archer? Did a nice job of selling that play. So Marechek pumps in another.
4th goal for Tom Marechek. If you're a defender, you have to say to yourself, my goodness, we have to at least make him work to get a goal.
Yeah, right.
Jamie Archer with 3 assists. Syracuse by 5, 15-10. Early preliminary report on Ricky Kramer is it is a sprain to his knee. Good save, Saran.
Nice outlet pass.
Syracuse by 5 goals. And here's Reggie Thorpe. He lost it to Chris DeSimile.
Nice
Ryder
job.
took a shot at DeSimile, and here comes DeTola. He lost it to Thorpe. Archer gets it back. He's got COLSEY now, number 3.
Just before I was going to say, DeSimile did a nice job on Thorpe. Got the bottom of the stick and knocked the ball out. Syracuse got it back, but DeSimile has played well for Yale also.
We're in the 4th quarter, and Syracuse leads Yale 15-10. This is the score that they beat North Carolina by. Deflected by number 47, DeTola of Yale. Syracuse gets it back. After the first quarter, you see how close Yale has kept this game.
Obviously, Syracuse has tightened up a bit defensively. They had 8 in the first half, only 2 so far.
Curran gets hit. DeTola has to swat it ahead to Dave Ryan, who loses it, and he held it against his chest with his free hand.
Yeah. Fayetteville Manly's product, who has had a good day, gets caught on one there. Watch the ball. Yeah, I'll just try to I'll try to freehand it and put it in my stick.
Dale, you always admire the guys trying to bend the rules, don't you?
I used to be an official. Guys used to thumb the ball, you know, put their hand on the ball, bring it around. Oh, nice little shot. COLSEY really a beaut.
Last year, Dave Ryan won the Spirit Award, the Don Kasman Award, for spirit and team morale at Yale.
Well, the Ivy League race should really be interesting. Princeton and Brown, Cornell, of course. Always, I think, Princeton pretty highly ranked.
We have a timeout, the 3rd one taken by Mike Waldvogel and Yale of the game. Their team is down by 5 with 13 minutes to go. Crowd of 6,195. Pretty good crowd.
For an awful day.
For an awful day. Well, it'll extend the ski season.
Yeah. We'll be able to hit those slopes again, won't we?
And I'm sure a lot of people in good spirits after seeing the Syracuse basketball team win for a 2nd time the Big East tournament, decided, hey, let's come out and cheer the lacrosse team on.
That's right. And they have a nice contingent.
By the way, one person who is not here tonight, Roy Simmons Sr. Weather was just a little bit too nasty for Roy to venture out tonight.
92, right?
92.
Wow, amazing. And there's his son right there, inducted in the Hall of Fame. And they had, what, 3 generations of Simmons there?
And Senior was there to induct Junior.
I like the new outfits matching. See that? John Desco matches.
I kind of like Roy's old colorful ties.
Yeah, the ties.
Shirts.
Yeah, that was kind of funky, wasn't it?
He was wearing that denim shirt, you know, years before it became popular. He was a trendsetter.
He was a denim trendsetter.
That's right. With a floral tie, I might add, years before that became vogue.
Oh, that's a... Yo, Beardsley up with it.
Up ahead. Syracuse by 5. Here's Maricek to Lockwood. Back to Tom. He cranks.
Woohoo. Yeah. Beardsley's in this offensive scheme. Now he's going to head back.
Deflected. Pulled down by Lockwood. He'll fire.
Oh.
He can't buy a goal,
now,
can he?
There's something over that goal. He's got to be frustrated.
6 shots. Nothing to show.
And how many last week? We said 10.
So he's 1 for 16.
Yeah.
Failure to advance. They did not beat the clock. By the way, if you're trying to plan ahead, the NCAA Final Four this year will be in Philadelphia at Franklin Field, May 23rd and the 25th.
Is that natural? Can't remember if that's natural turf.
No, it wasn't the last time we were there.
That's right.
Last game we did there was Syracuse Temple football. Don McPherson tore his knee up.
Got hurt big time.
There's another shot by Lockwood. Didn't reach the crease.
Well, this is interesting. Look at this.
It's going to be Yale ball.
Nice try, but it's going to go Yale's way. That was Dom Finn on the hustle.
There must be a trick to doing that without skinning your knees.
Yeah, you know, you'd think you'd see a lot more of that on this artificial surface. Face-off statistic is kind of interesting. At this point, Syracuse 17-10. They have really been dominating that department, which is a good sign. Helps you control the game.
Dressler picked up quite a few saves in that third quarter, didn't he?
Yeah, he's got 2, 4, 5. Excuse me, let me check that.
Simmers with the ball now against Beardsley.
You ask about saves, and I give you saves. 9 in that quarter. Now there's going to be another man-up situation. So Beardsley's going to be caught for a hold. You watch. Let's see. Was it oh no, it was just a up off the forehead, there on the cranium. So 10th now in the double figures. Man up. They have converted 3 of 9. Karen Ryan, our statistician, very adroitly informs me. 11:07 left. 32nd man up. Yale.
But Dale, in all these years we've been doing lacrosse, we haven't seen anybody foul out yet, have we?
Nope. 5 personals will put you out.
(15-10). Yale was terrific on their extra man opportunities in the first half, at least the execution of them. Third quarter was a different story.
You talk about, you know, they tell you in this situation, have your head in a swivel. It's man up. Now they're even.
Duxbury behind with Saran, now hustling back to the cage.
Now everybody's got to find a man. This is always a tough time as everybody has to pick up as they're even, but there's always a little bit of confusion as that extra man, the even man, runs on.
Clayton Simmers begins his move. He's doubled. He hustles to get it back. Mike Doyle is hacking away at him. A fake give and the go by Simmers. Over the head of DeSimile. Doyle up ahead for Archer. On the give to Lockwood. Lockwood on the go. Lockwood loses. Charlie hits John Barr coming on with Fred Amaya. You see number 30, now there's number 8, Amaya.
Good defense pushed him beyond the point where he could take a shot. He takes it back, takes a kind of an incidental shot.
Barr on the spin, he's powerful. They knocked the ball free, but we do have a penalty.
They may give him a hold. Yeah, they'll give him a hold on that. If you're a penalty fan, this is penalty number 17 in the game. At least time served penalty. Look right there. So they will give him another opportunity. Syracuse, we look at the man-up situation, 2-3 man-up goals.
John Barr, who was the victim there, goes 6'2" and 190. Last year, he really surprised us with his power.
It's an aggressive man-down defense. They are really after the ball.
Maricek shoveling it back to Gilmartin. Maricek's camped out at the same spot. Gilmartin sends a high, hard one that Dressler wanted no part of.
Well, that's a 3-step cranker is what that is. You watch how many steps he gets to take, and nobody's on him. That was just a casual little assist. Watch. 1, 2, 3, yeah. And that's a hard one to stop. When you're a goalie and you see him taking that little hop step and another one, you know you're in trouble. And Gilmartin comes up with goal number 2 and a bit of breathing room, obviously, for Syracuse as the game under 10, 9-0 right now.
Three-stepper. That was impressive. Good call, Dale. 16-10, the biggest lead of the game now by Syracuse. They have been in a game. They have been contested. Here's where the game and the score can get away from Yale and not be indicative of the contest they provided. Andy Puccia feeds the crease.
And Dressler has had a good game. He's asking his defense, where were you guys? I needed a little help there. But they have played well. And Syracuse has played well. As I said, a lot of penalties in this game.
Puccia trying to beat
another save.
Curran, and there's a good one by Dressler. Outlet to Nick Deems. Nick up ahead. Nicely to Dave Ryan. From
nice
the big
check.
stick. Couldn't control it. Syracuse in pursuit of the ground ball. Fietta picked it up, and we have a whistle.
Offsides
at midfield.
Yep. So it will be change of possession. He gets set.
Josh McHugh. Tully is with him. You can hear teammates saying, Josh. Now he finally gives it up to Sheehan. Oh, he had room, but he passed, and the shot was too high. I thought Sheehan would let it go.
I got to find out who's nicknamed Bam Bam, because that's what Saran is saying. Maybe Beardsley. Match up here to Burn Reed.
Flag is down. The crowd does not like it.
Not the simile.
Clock is down to 7:05. Yale Sheehan. Now we have some barking at the officials by Yale players and Yale's bench.
Steve Miller, the official. Great picture there.
Yep.
15 white. Technical hold. 15 white technical hold. That's to Burn Reed. So to Burn Reed, who has been plagued so far this early season with penalties.
Burn was kind of mystified as he came off about why they called it on him. Sheehan. He goes low, and Saran finds it. Mike Doyle now. Duxbury gets away from Doyle. Feeds it up top to Simile. Across to Sheehan. Good stick skills. Intercepted. Shot high and backed up by Yale.
Syracuse a man down, and it was kind of a confused situation there.
Boy, they put that ball in play in a hurry. Officials keep the game moving.
Now they're even. Are they even? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7. Yeah.
They are. Rocky Mole, number 19, you saw coming on. Here's Sheehan. Sheehan against Doyle.
Todd Stratton, and also 31 for Syracuse.
Look at Sheehan come through there. But they took the ball away, and Sheehan lost his stick.
So it'll stay Yale ball, and they don't fool around. They whistle it right back in. Yeah, that was a tip from behind by Syrhan, I think, as the ball came over the cage. What do we got here?
We have a timeout taken by Yale. That's their 4th timeout of the game.
Oh, you got him. You might as well use him, I guess.
5 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Yale won their first 2 games of the year, defeating Delaware at Hofstra 12-8, then knocking off St. John's 12-10. And here they trail Syracuse 16-10. And as I said earlier, their next home against Pennsylvania, followed by a home game against Vermont. Then they come back here to Central New York to take on Cornell on March the 28th.
I want to tell you, Mike Walvogel told me they were talking about getting a Syracuse game, perhaps, he said, in the Bahamas.
I heard about that. The next question is, are they taking us?
I would say that would be...
Was it Bahamas or Bermuda? As if it would make a difference.
Yeah, I wouldn't care.
Right.
Yeah, I thought he said the Bahamas. I could be wrong.
As long as you didn't say Baldwinsville.
Baldwinsville? Biloxi?
Nothing against Baldwinsville, but at this time of the year, Bahamas or Bermuda.
But certainly.
Sound a lot better.
Sure. I'm sure they'd take us.
Well, here we are in the Carrier Dome.
Andy Robinson, nice shot, Andy.
Crowd of about 6,000 plus, a good crowd. That was the average attendance a year ago.
I really didn't think it would be that good today, but they really support lacrosse here in Central New York, and especially at Syracuse. Had to mush through the parking lots to get here tonight.
We have 5:42 to go in this game. Duxbury sends behind to McHugh and gets the return. And again, it's McHugh back there.
Now Syracuse, 2, 4.
Teams are at equal strength. And a seam for the moment for Sheehan.
Syracuse look like they're running a little zone defense here.
Orange have a new defender out there now, number 45, Mike Witek. And Yale gets on the board.
Yeah, it looked like they were playing a zone defense, and they were able to get by him. First goal this quarter. So Duxbury, 4-1, not a bad evening.
Also in the game now, Casey Donegan on the attack for Syracuse. He wears number 1. Here's a steal by Yale. Some new faces on the field for the first time now, with 5 minutes to go in the game. Number 44 for Yale is Peter Diminich.
Syracuse ball. And that ball was way out of bounds, so they'll give the ball boy a chance to get it back to the goalie, Dressler, or excuse me, Syracuse goalie, Syrhan, and he starts it up the other way.
Syrhan out of his cage. Coming across midfield, looking to give it up.
Everybody stayed on side. There's the help he needed.
He did give it up to Andy Bolin. First action of the game for Andy. Matt Ryder gets his 4th goal of the game.
Ryder on the left-hand side as you look at it, excuse me, the right-hand side, and came around and to the left, and Ryder, as you said, puts in another out of Homer, New York. Another school puts a lot of guys in Syracuse. 50 shots for Syracuse. That last goal was shot number 50. Procedure going Syracuse way.
Andy Puccia has the ball. Andy Bolin with him. There's Matt Ryder. Ryder feeds Donegan. And just like that, it goes to 18-11.
And Ryder, the guy we just talked about from Homer, makes a real nice assist. Left-handed pass, everybody sliding, and number 1, Donegan, Casey Donegan, a sophomore out of Corning, gets his first today.
(18-11) now, with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Syracuse gets possession of it. 36 is Nick Licamelli. He gets it back. Licamelli, a sophomore midfielder out of West Tennessee. Here is Ryder.
Schussler, also 14. In. Offside. That was either a push or it's an offside.
Beardsley tossed the man across the midfield line.
That's it. It's got to be an offside. It was a legal push, so you're offside. Nice look there. Nice little hit by Beardsley.
He's a freshman, Rick Beardsley. 6 foot and 190 pounds from Yorktown Heights.
One of the most highly recruited lacrosse players in the country, if not the most highly recruited player.
Here is Maricek. He goes low, and it's saved. Dressler's had a fine game.
Yeah, he's up to 16 saves, and has had, as we said, now up to 52 shots.
And here comes Sheehan with a defense converging from all quadrants, and Saran makes the save and gets the loose ball. Tell you one thing about these lacrosse crowds, they stay till the end.
They want to see something.
Stratton on the give now to Ryder. Good balance by Matt Ryder. Reggie Thorpe moving in.
Watch Thorpe.
Donegan lost it.
On the line. Who's on the line? Syracuse's Yale ball.
Yale, let's give some thought now to the Pepsi player of the game.
That's a good thought. What did Ryder have? 4 goals, 2 assists.
Leading scorer for Syracuse.
Well, it looks more like last week it was the offense or defense that impressed us, and certainly the offense was good, but we were really impressed. And this week it looks like the offense is the impressive part.
Yale came in ranked 19th. Syracuse ranked 2nd. Of course, the polls have not come out for about 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, they said they hadn't played enough games.
Yale certainly looks much, much better than a number 19 team.
Yeah.
Carolina has lost again this weekend with a minute 51. Procedure call will give the ball to Yale. They will be very tough in the Ivy League.
Yep.
I'm impressed by the way they've been able to run with Syracuse and stay with it.
Yeah, you know, they don't appear to be tired. They don't appear to be, you know, really out of sync. They seem to just do what they can do.
Syracuse has had a pretty balanced attack with goals from 9 different players of the 18. 5 different men have scored for Yale.
Yale's had some good performances. Ryan, the defensive midi and defender from Fayetteville Manlys, has looked very good. Obviously, Sheen has looked good. Duxbury.
Oh, that got the pipe. Rebound.
Did he get 2 saves? Well, he gotten 2 on that. You know, Saran is, if nothing, he's demonstrative.
He's having a good time out there. He knows he's going to be 2-0.
Save. Save, yeah, he actually got 2 on that. So Saran still into it. Which is what you want for a goalie. Oh, boy, get out of there, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know if I take a chance at this point in the game of getting hurt. Coast to coast move.
Yeah. What the heck? I'll just keep it.
That was Mark Fietta, who saw some early first half action. Now, coming out of the game is Chris Saran.
Another penalty now.
Chris getting a standing ovation from the fans on this side of the field. Bob Comas in the nets now.
He finishes with 18 saves. So Saran 20 last week, 18 this week. So another man-up opportunity for Yale. Let's check it out. That's number 11. We've had 18 time serve penalties today.
Andy Puccia scores.
Puccia, ball rebounds off a stick, and Puccia just takes it home for goal number 19. And as I said, a lot of penalties, time served, 18 time served penalties. Did they give that? They had Freeman there. We have to check that.
That was number 5, I believe.
Yep.
New faceoff man now for Syracuse, Jeff Schuessler, with 41 seconds to go. Also on is Jeff Roos, number 7. That was Schuessler who dislodged the ball. Oh, penalty marker thrown into the fray, thrown with a vengeance by the official.
Unnecessary roughness. So I didn't see, is that on Syracuse? Let's see. I think it was on
Schuessler.
Schuessler, let's see. Oh. So it'll be a man up for the rest of the 25 seconds, and 12 now for Yale. 12th man up opportunity. They've converted on 4. So they're 1 out of 3. But that's a lot of time served penalties, 19.
Well, Yale would now like to end this game by getting the final score. They've got an untested goalie in there, Bob Comas. Sheehan. We're down to 10 seconds to go in the game. Will they get a shot on Comas? He makes a save. And that is it. Syracuse has defeated Yale 19-11 to run their record now to 2-0 on the young season. Yale loses for the first time this year. They are 2-1. And we'll be back right after this.
Because when you're racing for the America's Cup, you've got to travel light.
It's the right boat now.
Because when it comes to win.
Well, Dale, Yale and Syracuse haven't played since 1963, but from the game that Yale was able to give Syracuse today, it'd be a nice addition to the schedule on a regular basis.
Absolutely. They really played well. 19-11 doesn't look like it, but I thought they did some good things, and Syracuse maybe a little bit flat, perhaps, but they obviously came back when they had to and played very well.
Our Pepsi player of the game is Syracuse attackman Matt Ryder, who came up with 4 goals and 2 assists. Roy Simmons was hoping that Ryder would be able to come up with some scoring to take a little bit of the load off of Tom Marachek, loosen up a couple of defenses, and he came through just like the coach ordered.
You'll love that.
So Syracuse wins 19-11. They'll be back in action next at the Carrier Dome against Adelphi. That'll be on March the 25th, but between now and then, a rather important contest as Syracuse goes to Baltimore to take on Johns Hopkins. The Orangemen should be arriving as the #1 team in the country, which would make things even a little bit tougher because you know Johns Hopkins will be gunning for them. There's your final, 19-11, Syracuse now 2-0, Yale is 2-1. Hope you enjoyed it tonight from the Carrier Dome. For Dale Dry-Pulcher, this is Dave Cohen. This has been a presentation of Super Sports and Adelphia Cable Communications.